I think we've seen woods and groves enough to satisfy even your enthusiasm for them, Lizzy.
I confess I had no idea Pemberley was such a great estate. Should we reach the house itself before dark, do you think?
Be patient, wait.
There.
Stop the coach.
How do you like the house, Lizzy?
Very well. I don't think I've ever seen a place so happily situated. I like it very well indeed.
I've never seen a place where nature has done so much, or where natural beauty has been so little counteracted by an awkward taste.
I think one would be willing to put up with a good deal to be mistress of Pemberley.
Should we apply to the housekeeper to see inside the place?
Well, have you ever seen anything like it, Lizzy?
Certainly better than Rosings. Here has more real elegance. And there's a fine prospect from that window down towards the lake.
Look at this, my dear.
Of all this, I might have been mistress.
I could have welcomed here as guests my uncle and aunt. But no, that could never be. I should not have been allowed to invite them. They would have been lost to me.
Mr. Darcy himself is away.
Oh, yes, but we expect him tomorrow with a large party of friends.
Lizzy, look at this picture.
That young gentleman is son to my late master's steward. He was brought up at the Darcy expense, but has now gone into the army, and I'm afraid he's turned out very wild.
And this is my master, and very like him. It was drawn at the same time as the other, about 8 years ago.
Oh, I've heard much of your master's fine person. It is a handsome face. But, Elizabeth, you can tell whether it is like or not.
Does the young lady know Mr. Darcy?
A little.
And do you not think him a very handsome gentleman, ma'am?
Yes, very handsome.
I'm sure I know none so handsome.
There's a finer, larger portrait of him in the gallery upstairs. This portrait was painted earlier this year for her 16th birthday.
Ah, she is a very handsome young lady.
Oh, yes, the handsomest young lady that ever was seen. And so accomplished. She plays and sings all day long.
This piano has just come down.
It's a present from my master for Miss Georgiana.
Is he often here?
Not as often as I could wish, sir. But I dare say he may spend half his time with us.
If your master were to marry, you might see more of him.
Ah, yes, ma'am.
But I do not know when that will be. I do not know who would be good enough for him.
I've never had a cross word from him in my life, and I've known him since he was 4 years old.
If I were to go through the world, I could not meet with a better master.
But then I've always observed that they that are good-natured when they are children are good-natured when they grow up.
And Mr. Darcy was always the sweetest-tempered, most generous-hearted boy in all the world.
His father was an excellent man.
He was, ma'am. And his son will be just like him.
Mr. Darcy is the best landlord and best master that ever lived. There is not one of his servants or tenants but will give him a good name. Some people call him proud, but I never saw anything of it. To my fancy, it is because he does not rattle away like other young men.
This fine account of Darcy is not quite consistent with his behaviour to poor Wickham.
Perhaps we might have been deceived there.
That's not likely, is it?
And so good to Miss Darcy. Whatever can give his sister pleasure is sure to be done in a moment.
Ah. Magnificent.
There.
Brother, landlord, master, how many people's happiness are in your guardianship? How much good or evil can be done by you? I am very thankful for your regard for me.
The time of the Jacobeans, I'm sure of it.
Later.
Oh, impossible.
Miss Elizabeth Bennet.
Mr. Darcy?
You are not at Longbourn.
No.
When did you leave?
10 days ago, 11. I do not know.
I thought you were at Longbourn.
Oh.
Your family, they are well?
Yes.
Excuse me.